with respect to the retained earnings account. Define retained earnings account. So what is retained earnings account? Now the next step is define retained earnings account. Okay. Now, so what is the defined retained earnings account? So what we'll be doing is retained earning account in SAP. It is the balance sheet account. Okay, retained earnings account is the balance sheet account where SAP carry forwards the net result of all profit and loss account at year end. So in this example, yesterday we have seen, right? So when I am explaining what is a retained earnings account yesterday, let me again copy this there. Okay. So now what I am saying is retained earnings account is a balance sheet account. Okay. This is nothing but this is a retained earnings account. Retained earnings account is a balance sheet account. It is a balance sheet account where you will be carry forwarding all your nominal accounts. So let's take example. You have nominal accounts, which is all the expenses and losses, which is nothing but P&L account. Okay. The next thing is you will have real and personal accounts. Okay. Which is assets and liabilities. So what are these assets and liabilities? These are balance sheet accounts. These are balance sheet accounts. So what we will be doing is we will be closing all the nominal accounts at the year end and transferring that to sheet, transferring that to the balance sheet. So before, when I am explaining you the concepts, right? So there we have created this profit and loss account, and after that what we have done, that balance sheet, that balance is transferred to your reserves and surplus. So whether it is a profit or loss, if it's a profit, it would be in a plus figure, and if it's a loss, it would be staying here with the minus figure. Now now at the year end, what we will be doing, you will be carry forwarding the assets and balances to next year. Okay, next year. Okay, now we have understood. So what is a why nominal accounts are closed? Because all P&L accounts which contains expenses losses are nominal accounts. And what is an asset and liability? So what are real and personal accounts? Real and personal accounts are balance sheet accounts which contains assets and liabilities. And at the year end, what is the treatment? So I am talking about year end treatment. So these retained earnings topic will be coming in your retain year end activities. So in the year end, you will be running a transaction code, FA GL GVTR. So this would be a transaction code. Let me show you. Faculty GVTR. Here what it says balance carry forward. So you'll be giving your ledger and giving your company code, and you'll be giving your to what fiscal year you want to carry forward the balances. Suppose I am in 2025. In the 2025, suppose I am following a calendar year, suppose say January to December. So at the December, now I am in the December 31st, and now I am already in the December 31st. So in the December 31st, what I need to do? I need to carry forward the balances to next year, right? So when I am carry forwarding the balances to the next year, what the system will do is the system will do all the expenses and income accounts to zero. It will return back to zero, and what the balances what it has, it will be pushed everything to the retaining account, and the retaining account in turn will be assigned to your financial statement versions, where you are creating a financial statement versions. That retaining account will be assigned to your liabilities. Then all your nominal accounts will be closed, and that will be moved to your retained account, and all the balance sheet accounts will get carry forward to the next year. So that is the logic. Now let's see define. If I click on define retainings account, it's asked me chart of account. So this means retaining account is created at chart of account level. Okay. So if something is created at chart of account level, so the company codes can also use it, right? So what is our chart of accounts? It is XYZL. Okay. Operation chart of accounts for XYZ and XYZU. Enter. Now, here I need to define an account. Okay. So I have P&L account statement. So what this modification code is and what is this? Let's explain. So it is created at the chart of account level. Now, so I have these fields. Okay, what are the use of these fields? Now you have P&L statement, right? For example, if I define it as X, and if I give the GL account as what GL account you will be giving. So for retaining accounts, you'll be creating under the reserves and surplus, correct? So I'll be giving here 11 00 00. Okay, 11 00 00. So in this account, I'll be creating. Okay, now so why this is used? Why this is used? So now when I am creating a GL account, which is expense account, for example, let's say, so expense at the year end, for example, 31st December 2025. At the year end, till now, I have the expense as 30,000. Okay, 30,000 expenses I have done. Now these expenses, what it will be doing is, it will be carry forwarding. So once I run this transaction code, then these expenses will be carry forward to this account, to this retail earnings account. So this expense account, for suppose for example, let's take in our example, we follow the expenses as 3 series, right? So 3 followed by 5 zeros. So we have created an expense account with this 3 followed by 5 zeros. But at the month end, at the year end, if you run this transaction code, this expense account, let's take for example 1 1 2026. Okay. Now what happens for 1 1 2026? This account will be reset to 0. So this will have 0 balance now as on your next end. next year. And what happens to this balance? This balance has been carry forwarded to let's take this. Okay, what happens? So this balance has been carry forwarded. Okay, so what happened? This balance has been carry forwarded to this account. Okay, now okay, now hope you understand. So now let's take another scenario. So I have retained earnings account. So now the client came to me and asked me, boss, so for normal profit and loss, I need to have this account. And for me to segregate abnormal profit and loss, I need the system to carry forward my abnormal profit and loss to an other account. Okay, for example, let's just add one to this account. Okay, so now you are clear. So the client requirement is this. So now what I will do is I'll be creating X for this account and I'll be creating Y for this account. This plus this. Okay. So now this is clear. So as per the client requirement, what we'll be doing is we'll be creating X and Y and we'll be creating these two. The next step is when I am creating a GL account, GL account with respect to what? With loss account, with profits and loss account. So how the system knows you are creating a profit and loss account? If I go to FS00, yesterday also I explained you, the system will identify whether you are creating a profit and loss account through this GL account type. So when your GL account type is non-operating expenses or primary cost of revenue, the system will understand you are creating a profit and loss account. Okay. Now let me take this also a screenshot. And now, so what are your profit and loss account? So these are the P&L accounts. System will know these are the profit and loss accounts. Now, so now you understand. So what are the profit and loss account? So how the system understands? Now, the next step is when I'm creating a GL account under these categories, I have a field. So apart from the functional area, I'll have another field. Let me show you. So I am going to the 0001 company code. So you see here, detailed control for P&L statement account. These will get enabled. These will get enabled. If I maintain two retained earnings accounts, if I maintain one retained earnings account, so nothing will get displayed because the system will understand all the nominal accounts will be closed. So in this scenario, okay, I have copied, paste data here. Okay, so this is scenario one. So in this scenario, what the system will do? System will understand if I am creating one retain earnings account, system will understand, okay, so he's carrying all his nominal accounts and nominal accounts carry forwarding to this particular GL account. But the system will get confused Copying and pasting and what happens. Okay, now the system will get confused if you are creating two GL, two P&L statements, and if you want this scenario. So the client was this scenario where he want normal P&L accounts to be transferred to this GL account and the abnormal need to be gone forward to this GL account. Now we are creating these two, right? So these two, and when I am creating a profit and loss account under these two categories, now the system will enable you now the system will enable you this field where you can define to which account a particular a particular transaction in this account would be carry forward to. Okay, this is the carry forward. So you have xy, right? So you will be defining x or y here. Okay, now let's take a real-time example. Now I am creating a GL account for normal incomes. Normal incomes in this example for sales. So you have done the normal sales. So for the normal sales, as per our configuration, our account group configuration, sales is nothing but an income, correct? So the income should be in what series? 4 series. So for I am creating a GL account. This is nothing but a GL account and retain earnings. So while you're creating it here in this GL account, what you'll be assigning? You'll be assigning it as X, correct? If you are assigning it as X, the system will know the GL account. So which GL account the system will take? The system will take this GL account to when you are doing the carry forward. So when I am doing the carry forward, the system will take this GL account. Now the second one is abnormal. So something like abnormal sales. For example, you have done the scrapping of your asset. So every year you'll be doing the scrapping? No, right? You only do scrapping when the asset life is over and you are no more using that particular asset. Okay. Now that asset will get scrapped. So for this, I'll be creating in another GL account, which is an abnormal GL account, right? So we'll be creating another GL account in the same way. Let's add 1 is equal to this plus 1, or else I can do one thing. So these abnormal sales scrapping account, I'll be creating under another account group. So if you go for your account groups here, what you have here for incomes. So I have incomes. You have other direct incomes. So this is not my direct income, right? My business will won't sell the asset and take the scrap. So it would be other indirect incomes, and in this other indirect incomes, I'll be creating the asset. Okay. So let's take, I'll be creating it with this GL account. So what is the value? Let me see again, forgot that. So this is 43 followed by 4 zeros. Okay. Let's go. 43 followed by 4 zeros. So I'll be creating now this GL account and I'll be assigning Y here because in my configuration, so if I am creating any P&L account with X, that is deemed to be a normal activity of the business. And if if I am creating a P&L account with this Y assignment, so if I assign like the control of P&L statement with Y, now that would be an abnormal account. So that account I'll be defining while creating a JL account only, I'll be defining this retained earnings account as Y. Now when I am carry forwarding the balances, the account it will take is this. Okay. Now what will happen in the balance sheet? Nothing. So for example, sales, I have done amount. Let's take amount 10,000 here, and after that, for Y, for this abnormal sales in this GL account, this GL account contains the amount 20,000. Okay. Now when I initiate the carry forward, what would be my retained earnings in reserves and surplus? Retained earnings in what would be my retained earnings in my balance sheet in reserves and surplus? It's very clear. So under this account, you have now two accounts. Sorry, you have now two accounts. This account is equal to this account and is equal to this account. Okay. Now in this account, you'll be seeing the carry forward amount as this, and in this account, you'll be seeing as this. Okay. So that is the only thing where the SAP system gives you a feasibility. So when you are seeing the balance sheet report in reserves and surplus, so you'll be seeing two GL accounts which carries these amounts. So now when you see the GL account this, you can see, okay, this is my normal income. And the customer also can know when you are seeing this GL account, the client will know, okay, this is my abnormal income where this will be not coming in the future years, correct? Where in any abnormal income will won't come to you in every year because this is my abnormal income. So when client is preparing his reports, income reports, then he will eliminate this abnormal income and he'll be creating the ratios. Okay. So that is why the client want this separate feasibility. That also can be achieved. For example, I'll be showing in here only. So what happened? What is the chart of accounts here? This is INT. Okay, let me see the INT chart of accounts. GL accounts, master data, GL accounting preparation. Okay. Now, let's see here. Define retaining accounts for INT. Okay. For INT, how many retained earnings? See how many they have created. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8. So they have created this many. Okay. So that when they are creating a particular profit and loss account, then the system, they will be giving the input. So based on this input, when they are doing the carry forward, the amount in this particular GL will be sitting in this particular GL account in the balance sheet. So this account they will be creating as a balance sheet account. Find here. If you see here, what is this guaranteed provisions? So provision for guarantees. What he have created? They have created is in balance sheet account because that is nothing but a retainings account that need to be sit in the balance sheet. Okay. Now let me do one thing. I'll be creating one new GL account. Okay. New GL account, for example. So non-profit and suppose a P&L statement account. Now I am ready to input. So what inputs the system will show? The system will show only the inputs that I have maintained here, correct? So what I have maintained here, that only the system will show me. Okay. Now let me take a screenshot of this also so you'll understand. Okay. So no one will explain you in detail for a retained earnings in this much detailed. Okay, so please make use of these topics. You may in the interview you may ask like this also. So you want for an abnormal profits, you want all the P&L accounts to be closed in the to be shown in a particular GL account. Then how you will be doing the configuration? So this is the explanation you need to give. So this scenario 2 explanation. Okay, now this is done. So for our case, let's define only one P&L statement so that the system will understand what we are doing. So what would be the account? So the account we have will be following the scenario 1 here. So we'll be using this account. Okay, paste it here and press enter. So you will be getting a warning message like this account is not created in this chart of accounts. Yes, I didn't created any account, but it is just a warning message. If you see a sign, like this, it is just a warning message. The system won't stop you to save a particular transaction. Press enter and save it. Press enter. So you will get a TR request. You save it. Now this is done. Retained earnings account I have defined. Okay. So by this, let's close the today's class. And to conclude, in today's class, what we have done is we have created the chart of accounts. We have defined the account groups, and so after that we have came to know what is a retained earnings account and how the retained earnings account would be classified. So which is an important topic. Okay. So in the next class, we will be seeing what is a field status variant, what is a posting period variant, and what is a fiscal year variant. And after that, we'll be creating the ledgers. So ledgers in the sense leading and non-leading based on our reporting requirements. So before that, what we'll be doing is we'll be creating a controlling area and we'll be assigning all our company codes XYZI and XYZL. Sorry, XYZU to our chart of controlling area. Okay. After that, we'll be defining the leasing ledgers, and after that, we'll be posting our first document in SAP. Okay. So after fiscal year period variance, also we'll be defining the document type. What is the document type, and what would be a number range? So what would be the number range intervals? So these and all we'll be defining. So after that only we'll be moving forward to post our first document. Yeah. So thank you guys. Thanks for your time. Let's connect tomorrow. Bye.
Bye, Manoj.